Code Geass, Lelouch of the Rebellion, R2. You know that couple you know that got pregnant when they didn't expect it, and 9 months later they had a blessing or a surprise? This is neither of those things. As I briefly mentioned in the Code Geass episode of Cover by Cover, the show had a brilliant story with great characters right up until the end. Well, when Code Geass skyrocketed in popularity, a second season was greenlit, which normally would have been fine, but... Well, you ready for a history lesson? And I don't mean a good one. Code Geass originally ran at a 9 p.m. time slot, which allowed the first series to reach a mature adult audience. This allowed the show to be much darker, which led to many of its best moments.
For example, if I told you to kill all the Japanese, it wouldn't matter how you felt about it.
No, don't make me do it, please. I'm not going to do it, please. I don't want to kill them. No.
Did I?
You're right. I have to kill all the Japanese.
However, as the anime ended on episode 23, fans demanded more, and so series director Goro Taniguchi brought the team back in for 2 more episodes, ending the season on a cliffhanger. The reason for this was because Goro thought he'd be able to start up right where he left off at the end of season 1. But... fucking studios! As I previously said, Code Geass had been tailor-made to appeal to as many demographics as possible. This was permissible for me only because it actually worked and the fans loved what they got. But, as always, enough is never enough. In early 2008, Sunrise moved Lelouch from his enviable 9 p.m. slot on Thursday to a 5 p.m. slot on Sunday. So the show had to go from Dexter to Navy NCIS to reach a family-friendly audience. Without warning. Taniguchi, who had already plotted out his vision for R2, was forced to scrap the entire thing and start over from scratch in order to appeal to the new audience that Sunrise was trying to pull in. This included new characters, significantly more fan service, and a ruined ending to the first season that all sent Goro over the edge. When the first season's final episode tested well in a focus group, Goro's response to his own colleague was, "You think I don't know that? Don't make it sound like it's something to be happy about, you moron." The result hurt Goro so badly that to this day, he remains creatively detached from everything he works on, hoping every project will be his last. You know, that's wonderful, ain't it? All you had to do to make more money was creatively kill your director and maroon your audience. But hey, it's worth it, right? When I declared Code Geass R2 to be the worst anime of all time, I was met with jeers and dissonance. Well, I'm gonna spend the next 25 days explaining to you just how terrible this abomination really is, and then, maybe then, you'll see how R2 is far less a rendering of Jesus and more whatever the fuck this is. Fuck this show! But I digress. So the last episode of Code Geass ended with Lelouch facing off against Suzaku. So where do we kick things off this time? Well, let's find out. In the lost fucking ground. Yeah, call it whatever the hell you want. It's the lost ground, you unoriginal fucks. Okay. Whew. Alright, continue. So, in case you forgot, the last season took place during 2017, which means that we are now 1 year removed from the last story. Seems like a logical place to start, right? As far away from the cliffhanger as you can get? Yeah, sounds about right.
To victory! Long live Japan! Long live Japan!
Wow, seriously guys? How many teacups do you have in storage to smash for dramatic effect whenever you feel like it? Anyway, that'll have to wait because this show's real story is about to start.
You're not going to get away this time.
Hey, Lelouch, if I were you said...
Sorry, catch you later.
No. Fucking no. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking this is just a flashback. And I know that sounds intelligent, but that's why you're wrong. So, why is Lelouch alive? Why is Valletta his teacher? Who the fuck is this kid driving him around in place of Rivel? Why are the Britannians now broadcasting live prisoner executions? How did these two escape when they were right at the center of the battle? How are we supposed to take the Black Knights seriously when there are only 7 of them? Half of the questions that I just asked will never be answered, and the other half have answers that are really shitty. So let's begin, shall we? First off, this kid driving Lelouch around is Rollo, his new fake brother. Rollo is the character mandated by Sunrise to help a new audience engage and understand the show. Naturally, since I already know the first show well, he's gonna piss me off. You've been warned. Second, the Britannians in this show are cartoonish shells of what they were the first time around. They're all transparent assholes who revel in being transparent assholes, which is just so damn interesting that I'm already fighting to stay awake as I watch. I'm losing. So, since people liked watching Lelouch play chess the first time around, why not start there again? Because why bother with an original plot when you can literally rehash the entire first episode?
You're not even doing this for the money, are you? Need you ask? It's because I want to battle more challenging opponents. That's a lie. I do this out of sheer boredom. In short,
In short, you're... what? What, did the elevators ding activate your ADHD?
In short,
If only I could just finish this. So yeah, while the impossible to take seriously Britannians look on, 2 Japanese brothers fight to the death.
Today's main event is a brutal match between brothers. Which sibling will win, the older one or the younger?
Are you not entertained?
You know, this subtext is being delivered with such subtlety that I'm kind of worried you guys are gonna miss it, so here, I got you some help.
Today's main event is a brutal match between brothers. Which sibling will win, the older one or the younger?
the Britannians, like ourselves, are laughing and having fun. The ones who are being laughed at are the 11s. You pretend not to notice, but in the end. But then why? I know, but it's the truth.
Yeah, if you look closely, it's there. So, with that ham-handed bullshit out of the way, we meet another familiar face.
I hate having our social class held over you like a sword.
It doesn't matter. The powerless have no choice but to bear their lot in life.
Huh?
Regardless if their oppressor is wrong.
Colin is a Playboy bunny. Colin. A Playboy bunny. Well, I was looking to do some spring cleaning anyway, so... Yes, welcome to Colin as fan service, because this is almost all that's left of her character now. And yes, they are going to exploit her to the max. And yes, I am going to be offended. You've been warned.
Come here, let me take a look at you.
Britannia
Good
sucks!
you got it.
Britannia sucks! 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 Britannia sucks!
So Lelouch naturally beats this asshole in a game of chess, but because this is the new blunt force Britannia, rather than losing with grace like that other guy did, he immediately detains Lelouch at gunpoint to kill him because that somehow means he won, or something. But luckily, the Black Knights intervene.
Terrorists!
Come on! This way!
What? Hey! Lelouch! Terrorists? What are leftover fragments of the Black Knights doing here?
Come with me if you want to live.
is this supposed to work? We just saw that there are 7 Black Knights. Did they really think they could pull this off? So anyway, because the 7 Black Knights are incompetent as hell, Lelouch gets shot by a Britannian soldier and takes a lethal fall. Oh no, sorry. He's okay because the script allowed him to land on safe plastic and not on one of the metal bars all over the fucking place. Oh. Not sure what this is exactly. So because this really is the first episode all over again, C2 arrives and is immediately shot again by a Britannian soldier, who then explains their incredibly stupid plan while burning the corpses of all the dead.
We've had our eye on you for a very long time now, young man. Bait journal.
Bait journal?
Or call it a trap if you wish, for that witch, all to lure C2 out of hiding.
No, wait, please, what's going on?
Well, it's a good thing this is such a sound, foolproof plan that couldn't possibly fail.
I'm not dead!
I, Lelouch v. Britannia, command you. All of you, die!
So, let me see if I follow this plan so far. You captured Zero, but instead of killing him, you wiped his memory so that he couldn't become Zero again. But instead of then throwing him in jail, you released him back to the public, indefinitely, so that he could get smarter and better at beating you, all to bring him into contact with C2, the only person who could activate his Geass again, give him back his memories, and allow him to become Zero again. Because she can just fucking do that, okay? I mean, wow. No wonder Goro was so pissed off. This is the dumbest fucking thing they could have possibly done. What would have been wrong with locking him up in solitary confinement where he couldn't get to his fellow imprisoned Black Knights? I guarantee C2 would have eventually tried a prison break, and then you'd have her. What would have been wrong with doing just about anything other than this? Well, because then Lelouch wouldn't be able to become Zero again, and they wouldn't have been able to relaunch the series for a new audience. Because having a horribly incompetent enemy is so much better than a legitimately formidable one. Right? No. And so, as Suzaku promises to kill Zero, maybe in a vague flashback, the episode ends. So, let's just go over what a colossal disaster this is, shall we? C2, D-Tard, and Rakshata all escape via plot hole bullshit, even though they are all surrounded by Britannian forces, and C2 was on the bottom of the ocean. Oh yeah, remember that small detail? Lelouch had his memory rewritten and now has a brother named Rollo who is a total poof. Even though all the Britannian forces spent the entire first series trying to kill Zero, when they finally captured him, they decided to enact the most bullshit plan they could concoct, just so that we could kick things off with a borderline shot-for-shot remake of the first episode. The Britannians, who dressed up their injustice and slavery as nationalistic pride in the first series, like societies do in real life, have been boiled down to the most obvious cartoonish caricatures possible, such that every scene involving them slams you over the head with the fact that they're the bad guys! Seriously! For really reals! So, in conclusion, Goro was right to be angry. Everything that was good is gone, and everything you know is wrong. But hey, it was only one episode, right? Feel free to cling to your denial. We'll see how you hold up. But goodbye for now, friends. I'm Will Ryan, and you better believe we're doing this. Even if it has to be the hard way.
Let it all out.